everyone, welcome to Build. I'm your host, Brittany Jones-Cooper. Former stars of The Bachelorette and serious house flippers, JoJo Fletcher and Jordan Rodgers, partner with homeowners hoping to turn their properties into ideal short-term rentals in their new show, Cash Pad. Every week, they will turn ordinary spaces with unrealized potential into profitable vacation rental hotspots. Take a look.
This is so good.
The short-term rental market is booming, and right now, people all across the country are choosing to stay at cool, unique properties instead of cookie-cutter hotels.
That's where we see a big opportunity to make a lot of money and create investments that keep on giving.
You are talking my language.
I got you guys. I'm JoJo Fletcher. Everyone's gonna just take photos in front of it.
This is the game changer. And I'm Jordan Rodgers.
Oh, that was my butt.
The world watched us fall in love and get engaged on The Bachelorette, and now we are planning a wedding and starting this new business together.
You know what these bunk beds mean?
More money!
More money, baby!
Our goal? To build a countrywide portfolio of profitable short-term rentals in America's hottest markets. We can list this for $425 a night.
What?
We've flipped houses for years. Now we're taking everything we've learned as we partner with homeowners.
The renovation is going to cost $50,000 to $65,000.
Oh, wow.
And invest in their unutilized properties to transform them into unique vacation rental gold mines. That is what I wanted. Then we'll share the profit. Give me some.
Oh, come on.
From rusted out Airstreams
to dilapidated shipping containers.
Oh my gosh.
we're unlocking the hidden value.
Do you remember what this was before?
That turns unused crash pads
This is amazing.
into money-making cash pads.
Cheers to a friendship, to a partnership.
I'm so excited. This is Cash Pad.
Please put your hands together for JoJo Fletcher and Jordan Rodgers.
Hi, guys.
How you guys doing today?
We're good.
We're good.
Those are couches? That's amazing.
Oh, yeah. We like to keep it like a real chill vibe around here.
Totally.
You saw all the alcohol in your green room.
We did.
Was that for us?
Oh, my God, yes.
Okay, that's good.
I tried to get her a whiskey. She wasn't on.
I love when our guests want to drink because then I'm like allowed to. Like it would be weird if I was always drinking a gin and tonic, but if the first time a guest is like, "Can I have a glass of wine?" I'm like, "Absolutely."
Our mood today is Red Bull and a lot of it.
That's also a survival tactic because you guys have a lot going on. Cash Pad premieres tonight.
Tonight, it's crazy. We just finished
exciting.
filming like a month ago, a little over a month ago.
We're so stoked. Yeah. We're so stoked for Cash Pad. It's such a cool, unique concept, and I mean, we're just excited.
I'm so into the concept. I'm somebody who travels a lot, so I'm always on Airbnb and Vrbo and Booking.com, like trying to look at properties, trying to suss out what I love. So when I saw the premise for this show, I was like, this is genius. So where did the idea come from? How did you bring it to CNBC? How did that all happen?
Would you like? Okay.
You got this, babe.
So I've been in this sort of field for like the last 10 years. I did this before I was on The Bachelor and The Bachelor. I don't know if anyone knew that. So actually right before I found out I was The Bachelorette, I had purchased another property to renovate. And all my properties have always been long-term rentals. Jordan and I got together. I said, hey, babe, I need help with the renovation.
And I'm not paying you.
You're my free labor.
What?
And so we started doing them together at that point. And then in the last year, just the craze of the Airbnbs and the short-term rentals, we kind of put our heads together and we just like, how can we, let's do this. How do we scale this as a business? How is this something that we can do? And then CNBC kind of came along and we had this vision. They had the exact same show idea that they wanted to do. So it was like this organic blend of a marriage, no pun intended. And it just worked.
Well, you guys have been like searching for short-term rentals and Airbnb. Like some are really good and some you're like, whoa, not staying there. So we're like, there needs to be a little bit more of a standard. Like if you stay at one of our properties, there's an expectation of what you're going to get and what you're going to experience. That's kind of what we wanted to create.
Yeah, you were also smart to see that space in the market, that there is that kind of instability. Like you don't know where you're going to get. So if you can create just like a nice, stable, good experience across the board, you're going to win. So can you describe a little bit the premise of the show? Because you meet these homeowners, they have existing properties that they need renovated, but how does the money part work?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll take this one, babe. You take a rest. Your Red Bull's right there, too. Yeah, so we look at these properties. Obviously, we want to find a city that's attractive to a lot of people so that people are visiting, an area of town that people want to stay in. And then, yeah, homeowners. Most of the homeowners that we work with have either a small part of their property, whether we did a small cottage on someone's property. We did a garage. We did a shipping container sitting in the back of somebody's yard.
Airstream.
An Airstream that had been sitting there rusting out for 7 years. So we find a piece of their property that's actually detached, which is important. You guys don't want to share a room or share a wall.
But you can do it
You can
as
do
a
that.
room.
But we want to make a little bit more money. You can get a little more money from detached properties. So we find these properties, then we partner with these homeowners. So we invest all of our own money. We pay for the renovation. We guarantee them an amount of money every single month, whether it's rented or not. So we're taking a little risk because there's money coming out of our pocket, whether it's rented or not. And then we share in the profits on the back end.
Yeah, and these aren't small renovations. I saw one, it was like $30,000 to $40,000. I mean, these are really overhauls.
I mean,
Yes.
I feel like in relation to a lot of the other renovation shows we see, people are putting hundreds of thousands of dollars into homes. So I think with this show, it's a little more educational. It's a little more attainable, I think, for our generation and any generation. Anyone that owns property, we really want people to watch this show and say, hey, wait, I have this shed in my backyard, or I have this garage that I don't use. Maybe I can start my own little Airbnb business and make a little extra cash. So we want people to be able to take a lot away from it. And then the design also is so cool.
I think you'll inspire a lot of people to look at their own spaces and look how they can make money.
A little differently.
But I feel like you're also going to have a lot of people who want to be on your show. So is there a way, can people like
It's a good thing.
apply to have their
Yes,
spaces
you can go to
renovated again?
cnbc.com, and hopefully when there's a season 2, we'll be recasting in a different city across the country. So we might come to your spot.
I mean, the thing is, it's great because if you think about these homeowners, a lot of them have had this dream for so long, but maybe they don't have the finances or the know-how or the expertise. And at the end of it, whether, you know, they stay in this contract with us for 4 years, regardless, they own that property at the end. So they gain all this sort of increased like value into their home that they could either sell or do whatever they want with.
Everybody needs a side hustle, right? Nobody
I need a side
you wouldn't
hustle.
mind a little more money in your
Also.
pocket. And so like JoJo said earlier, it could be a bedroom, right? I mean, right now, each and every one of you, if you traveled out of town or you have a guest bedroom, you could list it on a site like Airbnb and you could make a little money from it. And then if you watch our show, we can teach you, if you do have that bedroom or you do have a garage or whatever it is, here's how you could not just make a little money, but actually make something that can make you money long term, actually be successful.
Yeah. What are some of those maybe simple tips that maybe you've discovered in this process of the show that people can do just to uplift their properties, like just little things?
I mean, part of our show, we do this sort of segment that's almost like a mean tweet segment, but we read reviews on all different types of short-term rentals. So we read all these horrible reviews.
Reviews, y'all, are brutal.
We thought the comments on our Instagram was bad, but like, man, some of these people are ruthless. No, well, we take just ideas from that. But I think one of the biggest things that we've noticed is that if you're marketing your property, if your photos are bad, no one's ever going to click on your listing. Don't ever take it with your iPhone. Spend a little extra money having nice photos done. But then once you're in it, when you're setting up your rental, we always talk about how we want our properties to tell a story or to give our travelers or our guests an experience. So by experience, one thing we always do is any city that we're in, we go to anything local, so our first episode tonight, it's in Stonewall, Texas. It's, you know, Texas wine country. We go to a winery, we work out a deal with them. We get free wine tastings and a tour for every guest that comes into the property. So it's those little extra things that they feel like, oh, wow, I feel like I just kind of got a freebie and now I have something to do. And those are things that people remember.
Or like, hey guys, we all love sleep, right? I mean, how many times you lay down your head on a pillow in a hotel and are just like completely flat? You're like, this sucks. And you wake up, you're like, I slept terrible. I don't like this hotel. I'm not coming back, right? So things like nice sheets, good pillows that cost you 10 or 15 bucks. I mean, like, can go so far to getting good reviews and people enjoying their stay at your place.
I also feel like I always want a hot tub, even if I don't.
Can I get a hot tub?
Even if I don't intend on using it, if a property has a
Yes.
hot tub, I'm like, yeah, how much is that? $50 a day? Cool.
Oh, it's more money? Absolutely. I'll be in that all
I
the
don't even
time.
care,
You might have used it once, but like that's what so in our show actually tonight, I wanted a hot tub so bad, y'all. I was like, we gotta have a hot tub. Wine country, like little romance, like Bachelorette style, you know, little one-on-one date. So we got a hot tub and little things like that for us, we can charge 20, 25 bucks extra every night. So we'll make our money back on the hot tub.
Absolutely. So you mentioned the romance. You guys are working together. And I would imagine that to be a unique stressor on any relationship. So what has this process been like for you guys? Because you started kind of right away, right after The Bachelorette, and here you are.
I'm gonna let JoJo answer this one first.
You know what it is? We're just so tired at the end of the day from working on our renovations that we don't have time to fight. We don't have the energy. So it's like, all right, babe, we love you. Good night. No, I mean, I feel like we're normal. We disagree. We have our fights. But we just did 8 properties in 3 weeks. Or 3 months, so a week per property. Yeah.
Stressful.
But you learn how to communicate. You learn how to pick and choose your fight. So we haven't killed each other yet. Okay. So that's good, right?
It's fun. Like, honestly, we're a normal couple. We argue about paint on the wall. We argue about, her snoring at night. There's things like it's a normal relationship, so you get to see stuff like that. But I think us doing this together now has only strengthened our relationship.
It's fun.
It's fun.
We have fun. That's what's
and
cool
tiring,
about it.
But fun.
I would imagine it's like when you learn that you can travel with someone. You know what I mean? You guys met in this kind of bubble, high pressure, high stakes. You don't really get to know each other in that space. So I would imagine getting to know each other through kind of these stressful situations would actually make your relationship stronger.
Well, that's why we've been engaged for 3 years. we took our time. No, it's true. Everyone gives us a hard time about it, but it was so important for us to be able to work through all those different problems that may come through life. And so adding this to that, I mean, we're solid.
We're solid. We don't have to have a private airplane to fly to a winery in Mendoza. We're fine without that. We wouldn't mind it, but
I actually really support the 3-year engagement, by the way. First of all, you guys are
Thank you.
First of all, you guys are both so young. And maybe it's my New York mentality, but I'm like, a 3-year engagement after meeting the way you did seems fair.
Normal, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
we've known each other 3 years and we've been engaged 3 years. That's normal. Weird and normal.
Yeah, it's, I think you've made the most normal situation out of a really abnormal situation.
There it is.
Right?
Yes.
With that said, you did announce recently that you plan on getting married. You actually are planning the wedding.
We're active. Yes, this is I feel like the show helped us. Being able to get through that show, we're like, wow, we can make it through life. So yeah, we're going and looking at venues in the next week or two, and we are nailing down a date. So spring, summer 2020, we're excited. So then it's a whole other type of planning.
Yes.
As you take a deep breath, you're
I
like,
know, I just got overwhelmed.
I mean, it's not because you also I saw bought a house and you're renovating your own home.
There's a lot going on.
We got way too
You guys
much
got a
going
lot
on.
going on.
What's going on?
Yeah.
So what was the process of finding that house, which looks like it needs some renovations, which was
It's a brand new house.
Yeah.
Oh, but
It's
it looked
just
in the
still
photo.
being built. We're in the process of building. Well, so here's the funny thing. We've lived in 4 or 5 different houses since we met 3 years ago because we've just been bouncing from renovation project. We'll work on a project. We'll go live in it because we were homeless, basically. So we've just been bouncing through projects. And then we kind of knew we were getting married next year. We didn't want to still be living in one of those. And then this house kind of popped up. It was like spur of the moment, shoot from the hips. We found out there was 3 offers on it. We're like, oh, we got to make an offer. So we ended up putting an offer, and now we have a house that's still being built.
We needed more space.
Yeah.
The properties that we renovate.
Smaller.
Yeah, we're a little smaller, like on the show and off the show. And just to paint a picture for you guys, for me to get dressed in the morning, it's a whole thing.
Whole thing.
Because I got to
on
walk
the
to
mic?
one bedroom and one closet, the guest bedroom, to get my underwear. Then I got to walk back, and I think my shorts are in the master closet. But then I don't know where my shirts are, so maybe in the office. And so we need a little more space. So master closet was high on the priority list for the house that we just bought, and we got it. So we got a
Yes.
bigger closet. Which,
We're excited.
You know how that works, right? There's still not going to be enough room for my stuff, even though it's a big, right? Bigger closet just means more room for her.
But you probably have 5 shirts, 3
That's
pairs
it,
of shoes.
yeah.
I mean,
God,
women
no,
have
he's a diva.
Oh,
What do
really?
you-
Whoa, diva.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
Jordan has a shopping problem.
That
I
is
want to
so
make
not
this
true.
known right now.
That
Okay.
is so not true.
Okay.
So he needs his own master closet.
Yes, he does. He's
Is
excited.
it one big closet, or do you
Yeah.
each have your own?
It's one really big closet. You're not a diva, babe.
Thank you.
I want a whole show of you guys just fighting over space in the closet.
You'll see that on Cashpad.
Yeah.
Does working on a show like Cash Bad affect how you plan to decorate your own home and sort of have you done things where you're like, okay, we're putting that in our house?
Yes.
Well, that's why I think this show. I just got my lipstick on that. That's why I think this show is so cool because with all of my projects in the past, I've had to play it a little safe in terms of who, it's either going to be a family moving into it. So normally it's just very clean and pretty and safe. It's very safe. these designs, this decor, we kind of push the limits. We really cater it and tailor it towards who we think's going to be there and the location. So the designs are bold. I do things that I've never done before and ended up loving it. So, I mean, the sky's the limit for our house.
It's bold. Every episode's completely
Yeah.
different from a design standpoint.
I'm interested post-Bachelor, Bachelorette, you see a lot of the people trying to find different opportunities, and there's a lot of things coming your way, right? So what is the path like finding an opportunity after the show that feels genuine to you and that you can really, because this seems like a perfect fit for you guys, but it's coming, a couple years after the show.
I think for us, the key to our relationship and our relationship working after the show is we got right back to what we were doing. So I got right back into football, which was my career before The Bachelorette, and she got right back into renovating houses, and she yanked me into it. So we just kind of naturally got back into what we were doing and then navigated making sure that anything we did worked for us and didn't put added stress on a relationship. They always want, you should do a reality show about your relationship, your life. It's like,
I think the most important thing is after you get off the show, you have this crazy platform. You have all sorts of opportunities coming your way. But I think it's really important to stay organic to who you actually are and what you do so that everything that you do comes off truthful and real. And so we never thought we would be back on reality TV. I mean,
we
really
were knocking down walls and picking out paint without any cameras there. If you follow us on Instagram, you've seen that. We put up 80 swatches on the wall.
Right.
And we're
so that's why opening our
one?
life up in this way made sense and felt right because this is real life and it's not some dramatic highs and lows.
It's still a little dramatic.
I don't cry as much on this show, so that's good. Yeah.
Be a relief.
Yeah, it's nice.
Speaking of The Bachelorette, did you guys watch last night?
Yes.
Hannah is honestly so amazing.
I was watching, just dying laughing.
I've never laughed so hard.
I'm about to go psycho right now. I'm unleash it, girl.
She picked up the little rose thing and just moved it. I was like,
It was so funny.
That's a
There
move
was a
right
moment
there.
that I captured, and I said it looked like a Renaissance painting because she had turned around and all the guys are coming forward in these helpful poses, and Luke is just sort of looking, and I'm like, this is art, guys. This is art.
Very nice. It was nice to watch.
it was the most dramatic
It really
episode
might.
on the most dramatic season
It really might be. I don't know.
ever.
The show does continue to surprise me. I've been a fan of it since the beginning. I've really been loyal to the franchise. And last night really kind of got me on the edge of my seat. I don't know how they continue to raise the
I want to
stakes.
know what you think about the Luke situation.
I think he's a control freak.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's a
You
control
think?
freak.
Well, I
and now
think
that he's
so,
getting
too.
called out about it, he's trying to act all remorseful and oh, I'm seeing the error of my ways, but you're not. And he won't for a while.
I just, at the end of that episode, I was like, let me stop talking about Luke. I was over it. So are we all done now?
I think we're done. I think we're done.
Okay,
I
good.
think last night his
Doubt
weird,
it.
dramatically long pauses before he responded canceled him officially.
I saw someone do the little face app thing on Chris Harrison, make him old, like this is him during waiting for Luke to say something, just it was
I've
really
been
good,
watching Chris
actually.
Harrison for 20 years and he hasn't aged.
Doesn't age.
Doesn't age.
Like
Amazing.
he looks better.
Is he like that up close too? 'Cause
Yes.
He hasn't aged.
Yes.
He's very handsome. Yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts about this season and how it's going to wrap up?
I don't even know.
What do you mean? There was
I feel
news
so-
today.
Oh my God.
Y'all.
What's the news?
Did you see that
Right,
Tyler
she
C
knows.
and Gigi Hadid started
What?
following each other?
Gigi Hadid?
I
Good for
would've-
him.
I'm sorry, I'm totally getting off topic from Cash Pad here, but this is something to note. But Cash Pad premieres tonight, so I just want to plug that one back.
Just so,
I did not know that news. I will have to Google it after this interview.
I think it's right. Oh, yeah, it's right there.
Also, I like how big of a hype man you just were. You're like, what?
Oh,
Gigi
'cause I know, because
Hadid?
earlier she's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, what happened? She's like, guess what? I was like, oh, that's it? I
would've
was like, oh, I
lost
guess that's
my
big
mind
news.
if
Yeah.
Gigi started
So I just knew she wanted to get that out there. So, let you have that.
You got it out there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for spreading the word.
You're welcome.
We do have a couple of questions before we get out of here.
Okay.
So who do we have first? Right here.
Hi, JoJo.
Hi.
First of all, I'm really excited for the show. I was wondering if your gorgeous dog, Jackson, will be making an appearance in this season or in the upcoming seasons, hopefully.
He absolutely
He
does.
is.
It's really cool because one of our properties is actually dedicated to being a pet-friendly rental. So you see Jackson all throughout that episode. There's actually a lot of animals on our season. So you see,
We got a lot of critters. We got critter problems.
Jackson traveled with us throughout the entire show. So he's the most well-traveled dog you will ever meet if you ever do get to meet him. So you'll see him.
Yeah.
Jackson's the real star of the show.
People just ask me
behind the
about
scenes.
him.
Yeah.
And who has the next one?
Hi there.
Hello.
I'm also tuning in to this season, and was just curious what's something about being on reality TV that maybe people wouldn't expect as a part of the process.
Oh, what you wouldn't expect. I mean, I think you would expect that there's a lot of judgment, and but I don't think that you realize the impact that it has. I feel like, right? Like, what's something, I don't know, babe. Is
I think, like, to take a Bachelor, like, kind of hint at it, like, it's not scripted. It looks really scripted. Like, they just know how to put the right situations together to get what they want to happen. And, like, for our show, Cash Pet, you're going to see real things that happen, like inspections don't get passed, and tile doesn't show up, and we have a 7-day, like, hard deadline, and so like real stuff happens that you can't plan, like even when we've planned everything to a T, because you have to with a renovation you're finishing in 7 days, it doesn't go like that.
That's a better answer. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what he said.
You guys are a good team.
I got you.
Yeah,
Hey.
thank you. I was getting nervous.
You're a great team. Like I said, as a fan of the Bachelorette franchise, I really enjoyed your season. And so I think it's been so great for me to just to see what you guys have done after, to see how genuinely you've worked on your relationship, and to see that you're tackling something like this together that is so positive, and I think a lot of people are going to connect to. I truly enjoyed this show. I intend on watching it every week, and it makes me want to like try to renovate something, but I won't, but I'll like watch it.
That's what we want. We want everyone to watch it. All y'all tune in tonight because it teaches you so much. You can become an entrepreneur. You can become a business person on your own. You don't have to have this crazy. You don't have to have anything crazy. Take a few tips. Learn how to do it. If you need some extra cash.
We all live somewhere where there's a concert or a festival or something happening. Go out of town, visit some friends, throw your property up on a site. We'll teach you what to do if you just have a bedroom or if you have a whole apartment, and you can make a little extra cash on the side.
Try it out.
Guys, it's that easy.
Literally.
If you want to check it out, Cash Pet premieres tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern on CNBC. Give it up for JoJo and Jordan.
Thank you, guys.